Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 4, Episode 296. It is Monday morning. We're in December already, December 1st. And we are just heading out for the day. Just got back from our Thanksgiving trip last night. Went to the casino, made a little bit of money, and now we are heading out for the day. Today's going to be another long one, as always. Our goal today is going to be play some blackjack, some slots, and possibly some poker. The trip was good, made some decent money, kept up with the week, which is all I can ask for. And I believe at the beginning of the week I did pretty well. Also, I'm not positive. I have to go back and check my records. But now it's crunch time. It's the end of the year. We're behind on our goals, but not that far behind. I think if we have a $30,000 month that we can get our goal for the year, might need less than that, in fact. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to push it a little bit more every day and see if we can get there. Next year, I think I'm not going to have a goal because there's going to be so many changes. It could be anywhere between 200 and 500 next year, honestly. I really don't know which way it's going to go. Or it could be less than that, I don't know. But I have a good feeling about next year. Everything's going to be validated between now and the end of the year. We'll know what we're doing and have an idea of some kind of target for next year. But as of right now, no goals. We got up and it was darn cold outside this morning. Got in the car, started right up, no issues. As you know, this is a used car, and I pretty much buy one used car every year and kill it. I've already put whatever 80,000 miles plus on this car since February. And the one issue I had over the summer was sometimes the air conditioning wouldn't blow. It would be cold, but it wouldn't blow out, and then it would be just fine most of the time, 90% of the time. So today it is 24 degrees outside, feels like 16 degrees outside, and the heat is not blowing. So I can feel a little bit of heat coming out, but it's not blowing. So for the first time ever, I'm using my seat warmer. I do have some heat coming out of the vent, and it should kick in any time now, and we should be fine. It's just, we tried to fix it. We replaced some parts, didn't work, took it to a guy, he replaced the rest of the parts, didn't work. So to me, it's not really worth fixing. If it doesn't work all day today, then I'll just get a little heater from Amazon, stick it in the car, and we should be fine. So yeah, in fact, I'm going to turn my seat heater off at this point because it's a little bit too warm in here now. But we are on our way to our first casino, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, so for the last 4 days when we were on our trip, it looks like we made somewhere between 41 to 4,200. So, you know, you can't be upset about that at all. We went on a vacation with our family, and we still made that kind of money. Looking at the day before that, looks like we made quite a bit on blackjack. The day before that, it looks like we broke even. Day before that, looks like we were about even. So probably made 6,000 or so for the week. So not a bad week. If we can continue that for the rest of the year, I think we make our target. So that's what we're gonna do. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back, and that was a very frustrating experience. Very frustrating. Went in and looked at slots first and played a little bit, and then couldn't get in on any blackjack table. Went and played 3-3 pot limit Omaha and sat down. It's like repeating the same story over and over again. Sat down with $1,000 in chips, bought in for 300. Lost the first 300, bought in for 300 more, lost the second 300, bought in for 400, lost the 400, got up minus 1,000. Very frustrating. It's like I just don't know. I think I'm going to put the 3-3 on pause, and when I get better, we'll go back to it, because at this point, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I'm thinking I'm getting it in good. The last hand was top set with 2 straight draws, and one of them comes through, but it actually gives someone else a higher straight. If the other one had come through, I would have had the highest straight. So, and that was a huge pot. That was about $2,200. So minus 1,000 on that. So at that point, went and looked at blackjack, looked at some other stuff, and finally sat down at a table and bought in, started playing, and just had a lot of heat. He couldn't play anymore. I was a little bit below even, but he couldn't play. Very frustrating. Went back to slots and played a little bit, found a couple small plays, but it was so dead in there. Talked to a friend of mine, and he's just exhausted about being around here. Just so little to do, and I get so much heat right now at blackjack, so I gotta let that go for now. I don't know what else to do. So slots wise, I ended up barely making any money. Plus 56, and pot limit Omaha minus 1,000. It's like, I don't know, what else can I do? So at this point, I think I'm gonna go see about getting something to eat. And I was in there for 3 hours, so it's not like I was in there for 20 minutes. I was in there a long time, wasted a lot of my day, a lot of light, and just very bad. So I think I'm gonna get something to eat, and then figure out what to do from there. So I don't know what the answer is, but if I need to stay till the next shift, I'll do that. That's about all I can think of. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back, and maybe a little bit better, not that much better. I didn't get anything to eat, but I saw a good bank where I've been to this branch a bunch of times. I went in there and asked them about some pennies, and they were able to sell me $20 in pennies, because if they do a full box of $25, then they have to do extra paperwork as to who you're selling it to. So I did get $20 in pennies. That felt nice to have something go my way, because I expected them to say, no, not allowed to sell it. No, we don't have any. And then right now we're going to head to a different casino that I'm not welcome in. But, you know, I just figured while I'm having misery today, might as well go to a place I'm not welcome in. So we'll park down the street, and we'll walk over to it. Temperature right now is about 30. And in this town, there's a lot of snow. Where I live, there's no snow, which is really weird. Just because of where we are, you'd think that we'd have snow. But anyway, yeah, got the pennies, and we're heading over to a different casino. Hopefully, we'll get in. I'll be back. All right, guys, just getting back in the car here and leaving this place. And I was able to get in, and it's still, I wish I could just explain to somebody what's really happening here, because you wouldn't believe me. And I can't really tell, because it would expose too much information. I was able to get in. I was able to walk around. I didn't mess around too much in there. I went straight to the game that I've been studying, that I believe I can beat. Sat down, started playing, and was actually doing pretty well on it. I was just betting table minimum, like $10. I was there for only 20 minutes. So you think, okay, $10 for 20 minutes, how much could you possibly make doing that? Well, you'd be surprised, because this is a very unusual game. I ended up ahead $209, so plus 209, and I was starting to get a little bit of looks, and I'm just nervous overall in this place. So I decided just to walk away. I bought in for a very minimal amount and colored up and left plus 209. So like I said, I was only at the table for just maybe 20 minutes at the most. Yeah, I mean, I think my path is clear going forward, what I'm going to be doing. And it's not going to be blackjack. I think blackjack is going to be dead for me unless I'm traveling, unless I'm in Vegas or I don't know where. But I don't see blackjack as viable anymore right now for me, unless I want to travel and get kicked out, get kicked out every weekend. And that's not what I'm going to do. I think this other game is going to give me more potential. And I think that's what I'm going to move to. Unfortunately, the only place that has it is a place I'm not welcome, and I'm risking every time I go there. So, yeah, and it's, I mean, session-wise, I'm limiting my sessions because I don't want to win too much, because it's kind of unusual for people to win at this game and to just win every single session. I think probably, I'm just guessing here, the last 20 sessions I've won between probably 18 or 19 sessions. So 18 or 19 sessions out of 20. It's actually puts you in a situation where you're actually scared. You're actually scared that you know this, and it's like everywhere you look, you're worried about who's looking at you and who's going to figure it out. But this game has been around for, I believe, around 20 years. And it doesn't look like anybody knows what I know. So that's like, so now the problem is finding a place to play it. And there really isn't a place around me to play it. So we're going to have to travel. We'll see. I'm going to go over here. So I think right now I am going to get something to eat, and then we'll figure things out from there. I don't want to head toward home because I don't feel like I've done anything. I came this far. I really don't want to leave without doing more. So at this point, I'm going to get some food. I'm stopping at this place right here, grabbing some food, and then we're going to figure out what to do from there. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. All right, I've got 2.5 hours before the shift change. So am I really sticking around for 2.5 more hours? That's the question. It's so exhausting not being able to play. Man, I don't know yet. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about staying, and it would probably end up being an overnight, because waiting that long and then playing for an hour or hour and a half and then driving home would probably end up being an overnight. I need to make a decision in the next half hour which way I'm going to go. But right now, I'm not leaning either way, so I'm not really sure. I'm just more frustrated than anything right now. So, yeah, not really sure. Another option would be to move on to another whole area, which would also take about 2.5 hours. But I don't know if I want to do that. I think I'm better off staying here, waiting for 2.5 hours than driving to the other area where they're going to be a little bit worse. As far as watching me at blackjack, this area I feel like at night nobody knows who I am, and I can blend in better. So, I mean, in the daytime, first 2 shifts, they do know me, but nighttime they don't. So, all right, still considering. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. It is many hours later. I did wait over 2 hours, and then I did go back into that casino. First thing I did is look at slots. I found a lot of big plays. The first one, let me bring up the pictures here so I can talk intelligently about them. Okay, so first one was a $5 spin play. I played that one through and ended ahead $431. At that point, I wanted to go play blackjack. I went back there, looked around, didn't really see anything, came back around, started looking around again, found another big play, played that one through, and ended the session ahead another $404. That's $835 right there. I then had a play that was an iffy play, and I wasn't sure if I was going to do it or not. I asked some friends online about it. They said don't do it. I went and played blackjack instead, and that was a medium length session. Ended that session ahead $553. So at that point, I had my chips in my hand. I was getting ready to go cash them. I got a call, and someone said, "Hey, if you want, we can still do that play that you weren't sure about. We'll split it 3 ways." I said, "Okay, I guess I could do that. Less risk. We can go ahead and try that out." Went over, and there was 3 of us. We each put in 300 to start, and about 2 minutes later, we get a call from another guy, and he said, "I'll get in on that too." And so at that point, we had put in 900, and our balance was 907, so it was still basically the same. And so we played it through, and we ended up making a profit of $284. So that's $71 each. So yeah, I mean, what is that? 835, 9, 1,400 more on top of the 200 from the one casino, the 50 from slots, $1,000 we lost. So we're ahead like $500 or $600 today. I gotta say, days like this are exhausting, and I don't think it's worth it. In fact, I was going to leave tomorrow and have a similar type day, but right now I'm actually considering staying home most of the day and leaving tomorrow evening for a different kind of play instead, and then finding a way. I'm actually, if I didn't have a meeting at the end of this week, I looked it up and I could get a flight to Vegas right now for $400 round trip. And I may have to start doing that more often, weekly, bi-weekly, whatever. So this week, we're going to stay, within 4 or 5 hours at home. And then next week, we will be at the office at the beginning of the week. And then Wednesday, we'll be at the office in the morning. And then Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we'll be in Oklahoma. And then the week after that, I have another big meeting, and then Christmas. So busy till the end of the year. Beginning of the year next year, we're looking at almost for sure New Jersey, followed by Las Vegas. And then from there, by the end of December to the middle of January, for sure we'll have the year figured out for next year. So we'll see what happens, but today has been a total whirlwind, chaos, timing issues, not being able to play, being watched while I'm playing like ridiculously, negative variance, everything bad that could happen happened. And now it's been nighttime for hours, and I'm still here. And by the time I get home, it'll be about midnight. So, not the greatest day ever, but we did squeeze out a little bit of money, and we'll see what happens. So, I'll be back. All right, guys. A couple hours later, I am still driving here, and I have gotten almost nowhere. There's a snowstorm, and this highway is 4 lanes wide, and 1 lane has disappeared, and another lane has almost disappeared, and the other 2 lanes have either people doing 20 miles an hour or people doing 80 miles an hour. So I am in the slow lane right now because there's gigantic trucks flying by, and as the water is hitting my windshield off the road, it is freezing. So this is not the most exciting trip here. We will be stopping for fuel in about half an hour, and hopefully the weather improves, because it is really, really bad right now. I'm doing 40 right now, with trucks passing me on the left, going pretty quick. So, yeah, I mean, let's get this day over with, can't we? I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back. It is a couple hours later. I got my hazard lights on. Still trying to get home. Roads are worse than ever. I did stop and get fuel at the same gas station that I stopped at this morning, and gas is 80 cents higher. Now, I don't know the reason for that. I don't think that the futures went up that much. I know they did go up today. Let me see. Yeah, they were about flat for the day. But what I think may have happened is, number one, the storm coming in, and maybe number two, maybe the Venezuela stuff that's going on right now may have spooked the market a little bit. I'm not sure. I just don't see why I just paid 80 cents more for the same gas from the same pump that I pumped it at this morning. So, yeah. Anyway, everything is okay. It looks like I'll be home in the next hour or so. Still have about 40 miles, something like that, to go, and get home and rest, and kind of figure out what we're going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a lot quieter of a day, but I may actually stay home a lot of the day tomorrow and then leave in the evening to play. So it's going to depend on the weather as well, and whether or not there's school for the kids tomorrow as well. So that's what's going on right now. Let's do our segments. What did you eat today, MW? Well, actually, I was going to eat about 5 times, and I didn't get anything. I ended up getting just yogurt with granola in it, and that was okay. I can give that like a 9 rating on a scale of 2 through ace. And what did you tip today, MW? I did play some table games. Probably won 3 or 4 hands of Pot Limit Omaha and tipped $1 a hand. And did play some blackjack on several occasions and tipped, hey there. Wow, a little slippery there. I tipped a total of $0 on the blackjack. And now I'm kind of caught in a bad spot here. Whew. And what did you learn today, MW? I think I learned that my time is just about over for any casino within 3 or 4 hours. So, other than just slot machines. So, we'll figure it out. So, anyway, that's what's going on right now. I don't know if you can hear the road, but it's nasty drive right now. Slush, snow, ice, rain, freezing rain, freezing water coming off the cars in front of me. I can't even pass this truck. I'm going to get right back behind him and let him splash me for a while, because I can't get around him because the roads are that bad. Now he's putting on his hazards, and that's not good. We're slowing down even more. I'm not going to go around you, pal. That road is no good. Anyway, I'm going to let you go for now. We'll catch up tomorrow. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com. mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.